Good afternoon, my crafty friends. How you doing today? I hope you're having a wonderful day. My name is Judy Menlove, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Markham, Ontario, Canada. So thank you so much for joining me today. I'm just going to wait a minute and see if anybody pops on, and I'm going to see if I can get this to show up on my iPad so I can see if there are any comments. So just bear with me a second. Thinking I have this my iPad upside down, which I do, which is why I can't find the volume on it. All right, let's see if I can get this to work. All right. Okay. All right, so with regards to announcements, the only thing I really have today is just a reminder about the suite sale. So buy one suite or a portion of the suite and get the other one at 50% off. Okay, so it's like a BOGO, buy one, get one 50 off. In my opinion, that's not a true BOGO. BOGO to me means buy one, get one. But anyways, the way the world is going is buy one, get one 50% off. So anyways, buy any of the suites that show up on stampinup.ca and buy another one and get that for 50% off. It will be the cheapest one, of course. Also, if you just want to buy a stamp set or a bundle from that particular suite and buy a stamp set and a bundle from another suite, you can do that as well. You'll get one and the other one, pay full price for the one, and you'll get the other one at 50% off. And again, it will be the cheapest one. Now, just a reminder that if you buy say a stamp set and die, and it's, I don't know, I'm trying to think, I don't know, say $50, okay? And then you buy some embellishments for $12, your 50% will come off the $12, okay? So you kind of have to play with the figures a little bit and kind of keep an eye on that, all right? Okay, so that's all I've got today. So we're going to make pretty easy and quick card. I'm going to be using the You Are Remarkable stamp set. There are no dies or punches or anything that come with this. It's just a standalone stamp set. So I'm going to turn the camera down and we will get started. All right, hang on. I hope this is the right button. And turn that down. And I did everything I could to get rid of the shadows, and obviously it didn't work very well. But that's okay. All right, I can try this light and see if that will work. Wrong light. Let's try this one. No, still got the shadow. So, you know, I'll just leave that one on. All right, so this is the stamp set, You Are Remarkable. It is a two-step stamp, which means you stamp the flower first, and then you stamp the flower part and the stem and the little middle of the flower, whatever that's called. Sentiments are friends are flowers in the garden of life. You are remarkable in every way. Sometimes the simplest things mean the most. And then there's this little pattern. There's a little tiny bee. You can see him there. And this little pattern to add extra things to your card. Okay. All right. So I'm going to put that to one side. And I'll just show you a couple of the cards I've made already. So I did this one. So these were from the Textured Notes dies. Okay. And this was stamped in one of the new In Color Strawberry Slush. Okay. So that was that one. This one, again, I used the Textured Notes dies. And this one was stamped in Highland Heather. I wanted to give you an assortment so you could see the different colors. All my leaves and stems were stamped in Granny Apple Green. Okay, and then I stamped the Happy Birthday and die cut that out and stuck it on with dimensionals. And the Happy Birthday is from, in case you want to know, It's from Unbounded Love stamp set. Okay. All right, so that was that one. And then I had this one. This one was done in also the new in color, Darling Duckling. Okay. Well, hello, Shirley. How are you today? Thanks for joining me. So I don't know, the Darling Duckling, I don't know if I like it or not, but actually when I stamped this, I thought it was quite pretty. It tends to have a bit of a green tinge to it, so I wasn't sure how I would like it, but I don't really see much green in that. So maybe a hint, but, and then this is the Designer Series paper. This is just the 2025 to 2027 in color. And I will just show you what you get. So this is one pattern. And I like this one. This will go with anything. And then the other one are these leaves and stripes. Okay. And then they're all 5 colors, obviously the in colors. All right. Oh, and the hello, where did that come from? That came from Simply Said stamp set. Okay. And I just stamped that in Memento Block. Oh, and the these little guys are from 2025 to 2027 in color flat pearls. Okay. All right. So I thought I would try and make a card in another new in color, the Timid Tiger. So let's get started with that. I need a card. All right. So this is basic white thick, and it's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And let's grab my bone folder. I'll give it a nice crease. There we go. Hello, Rose. How are you? Thanks for joining me today. I wish I could get rid of all these shadows, but I can't, so be it, eh? All right. What do I want? I wanted a piece of paper. I think I already cut one here, but knowing me, I've been losing things all day today. I have them 1 minute and they're gone the next. And it looks like I did lose my piece of paper. So that's okay. Yeah, hang on a minute. Okay. I don't know where it went. So I'm going to cut a piece of paper 2 inches. I'll bring my trimmer in here. 2 inches. And actually, I think I went... Did I do 2 inches? Yeah, I think so. 2 inches by... I wanted it a little bit smaller than that. So let's try 4.5. We'll see how that works. I don't know. If it doesn't work, so be it. I'm kind of winging it here, so... Oh, my stamps just fell on the floor. Oh, my ink pads. Hang on. Okay, I got them. All right. So let me see. Where's my stamp? Will that fit on there? Yes. Okay. I'm going to have to move this up just a little bit. Okay. All right. So just as an FYI, the Tuxedo Memento Black, I ordered a white, you can see that, a white pigment ink stamp pad, which also it comes empty. In other words, there's no ink in it. And it comes with a refill of the white ink, okay? So when you want to stamp something in white, you have to squirt the ink on the pad. Hang on 1 second. Let me just see if we can find it here. Probably not. What's this? Okay. All right. So this is the ink refill. Okay. So what you'll do is you'll just unscrew this. All right. And then just pour it all over the empty ink pad. Okay. But what I have seen people do is take the Memento Black, and there's a refill for that, which looks like this. Okay. And so I've taken the white ink pad. Again, there's no ink on it. And I've just poured the ink on here. And it's a much softer, the Memento Black ink pad is quite firm, and I like a little bit of give. So anyways, I've done that, and it's a little bit softer. It's also a lot blacker, I found. I don't know whether because you're pushing in more so you get more ink, but anyways, I like it better. So that's what I've done. So, all right, I'm going to ink that up. And then I will close this because you know what happens if you don't. And I'm just going to stamp this in the middle in case I want to cut a little more off. There we go. Easy peasy. All right, so I need my Timid Tiger. So again, this is two-step stamping because we've done that, and now we're going to stamp the flower and the leaves right on top. So we're going to ink up the flower part and the Timid Tiger. And this is hard for me to do because my phone's kind of in the way. So we're just going to stick your tongue out one way and hope that it works. I don't know. That looks pretty good. I don't know if it's perfect. Whew. Looks pretty perfect, eh? Boy, did I luck out with that. Okay, and you can see that it kind of also, see there's light and dark there. Okay, and that's the stamp that does that, obviously, not me. Okay, and then we'll do the leaves in the Granny Apple Green. Ink that up. Yeah, we'll line this up too as best we can. So you can kind of see through. I can push this down a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, then you just kind of line it up as best you can. And like I said, you stick your tongue one way and just, hope. There we go. Almost like I knew what I was doing, eh? All right. And then there is a little, whatever this guy's called in the middle. And I'm going to ink him up in Pecan Pie. So we're just going to ink that up there and add that as well. Let me just pull that down a touch so I can see. There we go. Left a little bit of white there, but that's okay. Okay. So do I want to trim this? Let me see. No, I think I'm just going to leave it the way it is. What happened to, let me close this. And here's my card. And I'm going to take a piece of the Designer Series paper, that 25-27 in color. And this is obviously the Timid Tiger. And I'm just going to cut this at, actually, you know what? I'm going to trim this card off. I told you I'm winging it. I'm winging. Okay, I'm going to cut 1 inch off that side, like that. Okay, we're going to cut it at 1 inch there, and I'm going to cut that off. All right. So that makes this 3 1/4, I think. 3 1/4. Okay. So I'm going to take this paper and I'm going to cut it at 3 and by 5 1/4. So we'll do 3 by 5 1/4. Oh, I got to do it up here. 5 1/4. Line that up. cut that. And then I'm going to want a piece, I don't know, 1 1/4 to 1 1/2. I'm going to go 1 1/2. And that just gives me that extra safety net. Let's move that. There we go. Put that to one side. And again, this will be cut at 5 1/4. Okay. Hopefully that will work. Okay. So bring this in. And we're going to put that there. Like that. And we're going to put that there. Like that. Okay. Let's glue that down. Oh, I have to take the lid off. The lid coming off always helps the glue come out better. All right. So we're just going to kind of line that up. Is that a good press? And then we're going to just put this one on the inside like that. So we'll do that. And just kind of like that. Just kind of give it around the same, so that the white is showing the same dimension type of thing. So it's like a 1/4 of an inch or an 1/8 of an inch all the way around. That looks pretty good. All right. Okay, then I'm just going to take my flower. So I think I'm going to move them over. And I have got a scrap piece here of this one. And I'm going to ink up the sentiment that says, friends are flowers in the garden of life. And I'm going to ink that up in the Memento block. So I'll bring my block in. Just going to move that out of the way for a minute. Oh, so this piece is 1 1/2. 1 1/2, yeah. 1 1/2. Okay. There we go. And then I'm just going to trim this off. There we go. And then I'm going to take a piece of Timid Tiger cardstock. Oh, will that fit? This is why you hang on to your scraps. Yep. Okay, but I'd like it just a little bit smaller, so looks like I need to take 1/8 of an inch off of there. So I think I'll do this first. So this ended up to be just over 3 or 2 and 5/8 more or less, but not quite. So we'll make this 2 3/4. And then we'll take 1/8 of an inch off the side. And hopefully that will be right. All right, looks pretty good. Okay, move this to one side. And I'm going to glue this on there. So put that on there. Like that. Okay, where'd my card go? Where'd my flower go? He's hiding. He's hiding. There he is. Okay. So let me see now. I want to pop that up there. I'm going to move him over there. And do I want to glue it on or pop it up? I think I'll glue it on. So I'll glue this. I'm going to pop up the sentiment. So I think I'll just glue the flower. And I want it over a bit. Oops, not there. It's up too high. Maybe like that. All right. And then I'm just going to pop this up with some dimensionals. And we only want to put the dimensionals on the one side because otherwise you won't be able to open the card. And put one there. Okay. We'll peel the backs off. And I'll put down a little bit. That looks good. Yep. Okay. All right, almost done. And we're going to take my Wink of Stella and we're going to put some glitter, not much glitter, just a little bit, with the Wink of Stella. So we're just going to do all the petals. I don't know if you can see that it's sparkling a little bit. I don't know why you can never see the sparkle in this. No matter what I do, you can never see it. Trust me, it sparkles in person. Love my Wink of Stella. Yeah, let's put them on all the flower petals. There we go. I'm also going to just do the inside as well. And that's that. Okay, and then, oh yeah, I'm glad I didn't pop that up. I wanted to put the little bee on too. There's a little bee. So, where's my black? A little bee. I should have done this before I glued it on, but I didn't. So, ink that up. Where will we put the bee? Maybe we'll have him coming out like that. There we go. Isn't he cute? There, isn't he sweet? Look at that, eh? He's so cute. And then I'm just taking a marker, Daffodil Delight marker, and I'm just going to color. So I'm going to use the other end. This little bit here. I'm actually just dabbing it on. And then I might take the Wink of Stella and color his little wings in. Let's see if that you can see that at all. A little bit. All right, and then I think we'll just put some, what are these called? Pearls on, and we'll be done. I might take a pick tool and let me see now. I think I'll put a little one, just a little one up here. Like that, and then I'll put a couple of medium ones. And I want one there. Yeah, I'll put one there. And one down here. All right. There we go. That's it. Okay, so let me get this out of the way. And you can tell me which color and which pattern you liked better. Get this out of the way too. All right. So we have, I have to move the camera up a bit. We have Strawberry Slush. What's this yellow one called again? Darling Duckling, Timid Tiger, and Highland Heather. Keeps coming off there. Okay, so they're all very similar. They're all the same flower. So it's just I just wanted to show you different colors, how they look, and different things you could do with it. Okay. Anybody got a favorite? No, you like them all? Okay, awesome. All right, well, that's all I've got today, guys. I told you it'd be quick. And anyways, again, I love this stamp set. It's just, you know, it's very simple. It's quick. It's easy. So anyways, think about getting it if you don't already have it. I think it's an online exclusive, but I'm not positive. I can't keep them all straight. What's an online exclusive and what isn't. So anyways, you can find it under stamp sets regardless on stampinup.ca. So thank you so much for joining me today. I do appreciate you taking time out of your busy day. You like the Highland Heather one? Okay. Now, do you just like it because it's purple? You know, I asked too many questions, right? Okay. All right. I kind of like the Timid Tiger the best, but I think I like this card the best. So I'm thinking I would do the Timid Tiger in that. But okay, that's it, guys. You have a wonderful week, and I'll see you back here hopefully next Wednesday. All right. Take care, guys. Bye-bye now.